Aloha, my name is Deepa. Welcome to Let's Evolve Together. This is your Gemini New Moon reading. If you've been here before and watched videos before, thank you. And if you are a new viewer or subscriber, thank you for being here. What you'll see here in my new moon and full moon videos is a pickup pile. So this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. So I actually read those piles at the very end, and it's a way to allow the reading to feel a little more personal for you, a little more directed to you specifically. But as always with all of the readings, since these are a general and collective readings, please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, okay? So something that resonates should feel good to your being, should feel like, oh yeah, that sounds like what I'm going through. Otherwise, if it doesn't, you can just let it go and let that message be for somebody else. Okay, so we're going to get started here. I always pull tarot cards, oracle cards, lots of message cards, guidance cards, and then we do the pick-up piles, and I always finish with one extra card at the end for everybody. So I'm actually just going to put the tarot off to the side for a second. And I wanted to start with one of these. This is the Divine Abundance Oracle deck by Tasha Silver. And these cards are just gorgeous. Okay, so we're looking here at the Gemini New Moon, which happens tomorrow, which is Saturday. So what kind of energy are we working with here, Spirit? Wow, divine love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with Spirit. Wow, so this Gemini moon is in the energy of divine love. Wow, and I do definitely get this energy of detachment right now that needs to be going on. It's like kind of like, okay, this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to do it. But in order to be in the flow, there's definitely this need for us to be flexible and adaptable and to just be open to what is actually presented, even with our plans and the focus that we have at the time. So we're really opening up to allow the universe to be a co-creator with us in our lives as the universe is doing with us. So it's like all the components are on the board and really operating in that way where we're not just taking action on things, but we're also listening. We're making sure that our actions are resonating with our hearts. We're checking in with the people around us as well as ourselves. So it's really allowing all the components of something to come together and create something as opposed to just the way you want it to manifest. So you're really opening up and trusting and, kind of gathering up all your intents and wishes and offering them to the divine and even asking for assistance and support during this time. So I definitely can see a lot of that energy going on right now. So let's see what else is coming through. I got some fun decks out today. I don't want to start with that though. What do I want to start with? Let's go with the Wisdom of the Oracle. And we'll just see, because I know there's a lot of people going through brand new beginnings and making bold moves in their lives, whether that's completing relationships, starting relationships, going up higher levels of commitment with a person, or starting a new career or a new job, or opening a business, maybe deciding to commit to a spiritual practice. There's so many different timelines. So I'm going to actually pull a couple of these so we can see if we can hit a couple of those different timelines and what people might be going through at this time. So let's see, here's one of them. So this is a 45, which is a 9, and it says time to go. So definitely with this Gemini new moon, with every new moon, there's a new beginning, which means there's some sort of completion of a cycle or an ending as well. So definitely with this timeline, I can see people deciding to, or not even deciding, people realizing this phase of their life is over and they're ready to begin again with a new chapter, a new direction, and a new path. And it's just time to go. Done, complete. You're kind of like slapping the dust off your hands. And there's definitely some energy of I'm proud of myself and how far I've come with this timeline. And I'm ready for that next thing. Yeah, it's definitely time to go. It's definitely time to try something new. What else is there out there for me, Spirit? Okay, so what about the other timelines involved with this current energy? What do we have here, Spirit? Treasure Island. Wow, we got 2 9s. That's interesting. So definitely first of all, abundant. There's definitely some Jupiter energy with this card. There's a turtle with a treasure chest on his back, lots of hearts coming out, as well as stars or starfish. This is like finding the pot of gold. So this is finally getting to that place where, just prosperity, basically. Prosperity, abundance, creativity, feeling like you're in the flow, feeling like you're not in the dregs of a difficult cycle, but you're now in that rebirth part. And that's how this card feels to me. Like this energy of the turtle being in the water is basically a symbol to me of the universe carrying you towards success, fulfillment, and joy with this kind of energy. The Treasure Island card in this deck is one of the best cards in the deck that you can get. And this is interesting that we've gotten 2 9s so far. So let's see what this third one is. And this will be the last one here. Let's see. To the sea. Okay, this is a 7. So we've got 2 cards here with ocean, with water. And this is just like being aware of our subconscious, being aware of what's going on underneath the surface. So to the sea, this really is placing yourself out in an unfamiliar environment and just almost allowing the boat to drive you. The person in this boat is quite relaxed. It looks like she's reading something. She's looking at something. She's not really steering the boat or nervous, or she's chosen to get into the boat. And, she's being guided by spirit. There is an image of an angel here at the top. And she's definitely choosing to trust. She's chosen to get into the boat. She's choosing to trust. She's in uncharted territory for herself. But she's very willing. She almost feels like, I didn't want to go, but I have to go. This is what I need to do for myself. So some of us may be in a place that feels like it's time for me to do the work on myself. And I see this symbolized by the water and just how deep this water looks. I can't see the ground here in this one, but in this one I can. I can see the sand. This water looks quite shallow. In this one, she is way out in the depths of the sea. And this could be a lot about healing, inner healing, and shadow work. Just realizing there's work to be done internally before you can move on with your external goals and dreams. The focus right now is possibly just you and your inner condition and the way you navigate that. And, really offering your healing up to the divine and your highest angels and asking for support during this time as you navigate what could be potentially difficult or, emotionally challenging and be bringing up quite a bit of stuff. So yeah, I do feel like we definitely got 3 different timelines here. You very well could be experiencing all these things, and that's fine too. But yeah, I see cycle completion, starting a new path or a new journey, coming into a lot of abundance, creativity, and prosperity for the second pile. And the third, out to the sea, is just this time really pointing you in the direction of self-healing, and just trying to balance your inner forces. So, wow, really powerful, definitely. Well, let's keep going here. So what do we need to know from Ganesh spirit? Because Ganesh, as this is a time of new beginnings for a lot of people, or starting even a journey within, or, really wanting our new business or new career to be prosperous, whatever this might be, Ganesh is definitely always the one that we call on for new beginnings. He's often prayed to first, and he is the one to remove obstacles if we want to go a certain direction, or the one to put obstacles in our way if we happen to be going the wrong direction, or maybe not the best direction for ourselves. Often people will pray to him when they're opening a new business or getting married or about to have a baby. So we definitely want to see what Ganesh has to say about what kind of energies we may want to implement at this time. We may want to harness energetic movement. I don't know why, but I feel like pulling 3. Maybe we just have the numbers of 3 in the air. Openness. There's a 9 again. So far we've gotten 3 9s. And last one, reflection. Yeah, definitely I see with this pile with the inner child healing or just shadow work is reflection. You know, lots of quiet time, hermit energy in the tarot. And then I definitely see like there's interesting similarities between all these, or I should say synchronicities, but you know, he's holding his favorite treat, which are known as the mudaka balls. And I think that's what they're called. And it looks like a treasure on a plate. It almost looks like gold on a plate. And to him it is. It's his favorite treat. And it's just like the turtle carrying this treasure on his back. And, you know, can we be open and flexible and adaptable in our path to success? Can we really allow, like I said, the universe to come in and co-create with us? So maybe something looks different than what we originally hoped, but it's actually even better. It's that kind of thing, just being open and flexible with what the universe is offering at this time and allowing the universe to play a part and to step in and say, well, let's try it this way if this isn't working. And really asking for help when you need it and trusting it will come through. So the openness of the heart and imagination and flexibility with the way you do things and to come out of any sort of fixed energy or rigid energy would be really helpful right now. And I think with Gemini energy, and this is the Gemini New Moon, there is that that opportunity to entertain a lot of ideas and to just see what sticks, to be open to your imagination and your creativity and the way it can operate with this energy and support you during this time, really allowing your creativity to soar and support your energy at this time. I actually see that. And then, of course, time to go with energetic movement. You know, it's just time to make some moves, time to pump some life back into yourself, making fresh choices, new choices, really choosing to finish something off and open a new door to something else. So a lot of movement there. So yeah, I definitely see these synchronicities here. I'm just going to get quiet and see if anything else comes through. I love how Ganesh is resting on a crescent moon here. There's something I'm hearing where he's saying, allow the moon to tell the story. And I do see with Gemini, and just the way they communicate, or the way the sign communicates, excuse me, to allow the storyteller of the Gemini energy to come through. Like, for instance, maybe Gemini wants to tell you how, the energy of Gemini wants to tell you how things are going to play out, or wants to reveal a piece of the story to you that you didn't consider. So it's almost like allowing that kind of thing in, being open enough to listen to that and to receive it. And the only other thing I'm getting from Ganesh here with energetic movement is really participating in it's not even that, it's acknowledging that cycles ending and beginning are our life itself. And really, this energetic movement card is your full, present, embodied participation in that. You know, it's choosing to dance with life and to not be stagnant. So that's really beautiful and powerful that came through. Okay, so let's go into the tarot now. There's plenty of more oracle cards. You guys know I love oracle cards, but I just want to see, let's see. I want a little room here for the tarot. Okay, so what do we need to be aware of with this Gemini new moon, Spirit? What do we need to be aware of? Hierophant in reverse. What else? Five of Wands. One more. Eight of Wands. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers. Why is the Hierophant in reverse here, Spirit? Three of Cups in reverse. Why is the Five of Wands here, Spirit? Three of Swords, which I believe we just got in the reel that I did on Instagram. That's a Three of Swords in reverse. So we're getting some reversal energy here. And we've been getting reversal energy. I was like kind of trying to think about what that was. We're out of Mercury retrograde. We are going into Venus's shadow soon. Venus will be going into retrograde. I think it's more than that, though. I think it's resistance to really opening that new door, or opening up to that new life or new opportunity, or really letting go of something. There's just like a little resistance to that next step. Some fear coming up possibly. And then the Hermit. These are all reversed. The Hermit in reverse. Remember, this was that Hermit energy to the sea. Okay, bottom of the deck, we've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. All right, I like the bottom of the deck energy, Eight of Swords in reverse. I think it's really choosing to set yourself free, to liberate yourself. With a Gemini new moon and all these swords coming out, as you know, Gemini is an air sign. It's getting that, it's almost like getting one more sword that cuts the rope, that sets you free. It's that realization, that aha moment that can come in with the new moon as a rebirth. Like, oh, that peace came in I really needed. Now I can move forward with my life. Now I can move on. Now I can let go, really close that door, really start that new project, whatever it is. So I think it's a good sign that we're getting the Eight of Swords in reverse. So I think the reason here right now that we have the Hierophant in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse is it just feels like, again, like I'm saying, like this resistance to learning a hard lesson. The resistance to learning a hard lesson. Like, is it really playing out this way? Or I really don't want it to play out this way, and almost in a phase of denial. So, you know, maybe Three of Cups in reverse could be like a falling apart of a friendship or a group of friends, for instance, that wasn't supportive for you. It could be the energy of a reunion you wanted to have with family or friends that was important to you that just never manifested. So whatever this is that represents your Three of Cups, it is a coming together of two or more. And it is usually a celebration, usually a reconciliation, a celebration, a reunion, and a time to let go, you know, bygones be bygones. And it's like, that's not there. It's just not there in this reading. And it's a hard lesson, which is why the Hierophant is showing up in reverse. So with the Five of Wands upright, it does seem like there's some conflicting energies, okay? So the reason maybe why this didn't manifest or it's not feeling supportive is because there's too many energies moving against each other instead of for each other. So conflicting energies, competing energies, energy at war. It's like, you know, if this was about a relationship, there could have been two people and multiple people competing for your heart, for instance. So I think there's this energy of wanting to move on from that hard energy. With the Eight of Wands, it feels like either incoming energy coming in to help you through this difficult time with the Five of Wands, or, you know, you choosing to just leave a situation that's not feeling aligned with you and like being tired of battling it. So let's see. the Three of Swords in reverse with the right next to the Three of Cups in reverse. And we did get these both in the reel I just posted for current energy on Let's Evolve Together Tarot on Instagram as well, if you want to watch that. To me, it was like, yeah, it could be third party energy. Maybe there was somebody interfering with your relationship, your friendship, your business partnership, and things were just, there's too many conflicting ideas, too many conflicting thoughts. There was competition, and it's just not a supportive environment. Or this could be, the energy of, going through a breakup, and then, almost feeling like another relationship was there after, and then feeling conflicting feelings inside of yourself. So I just see this energy of moving on. So the Hermit reversed under the Eight of Wands is really choosing to come out, whereas the Hermit is moving inward, but the Hermit's reversed. So, like the reflection time has been had. You've taken time out to reflect on whatever this was that didn't work out with the threes. You've had time to heal, reflect, integrate, and now it's time to move forward. And so that could be, for time to go, certainly maybe it's time to end a certain relationship, time to move forward, maybe time to travel, time for new ideas, new inspiration, or communication coming in. That kind of pulls you out of your hermit shell, kind of makes you act, makes you want to make a choice or a decision. So from being in a very internalized state or inward focused state where you're very much to yourself, you're now being called by this energy and this new beginning with the Gemini New Moon to come out of your shell, to open a new door, to greet a bright new day, to try something new, to shake off old energy and just get out of Dodge or get out of town. So this could show up in a lot of different ways, but you're just with, again, the Eight of Swords in reverse, choosing to move away from the struggle of it, because you go from the Eight of Swords, swords represents the mind, where we're really caught up in the mind about something, to the Wands, which is more about inspiration, movement. And remember, we did get time to go in energetic movement, so just be open to where the universe is guiding you next. This is definitely a time of flow. You just have to catch that flow or that current and allow it to take you where it's going to next without a lot of pushing against it or resistance from fear. Instead, trusting, being open, being willing to participate and ask for help if you need. And just like getting a nice look at the past, which feels difficult and hard and even confusing and definitely like stressful for the mind. So I feel like a lot of us are moving on from what has felt challenging, or like you've had to push or force something, into more easeful guidance and support from the universe. So this does feel like really good energy. I'm just going to get more tarot here, and let's see, I'm going to really shuffle these, and I want to get the challenge and the guidance. This could also be too, like maybe you've been focused on a relationship or the end of a relationship, and you're just like, gosh, I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of focusing on it, And it could be like the energy of, I'm just going to focus on my studies right now. I'm going to go back to school. Or I could see that happening with the Gemini New Moon, because that represents education. Or I'm going to go traveling and try to open my mind, to some new cultures and new people. Like I just feel stuck. I just need new energy. It's that kind of thing. And it is summertime. A lot of people are traveling. And, this is where our opportunity to get to spend time with different cultures and get out of our own shells quite a bit. So it does feel supportive of that energy. So what is the challenge here, Spirit? What is the challenge? Page of Wands. What is the challenge here, Spirit? The Moon. Okay, yeah, so this kind of seems like the challenge is The challenge is almost like staying inspired despite what has just gone down in your life. Like really moving forward with that new thing, that new inspiration here. That's represented by the Page of Wands. Right next to the moon, which is a major arcana card, it just feels like very emotional. We are about to enter Cancer season. So sun's about to move into Cancer in a couple days. This can be kind of a heavy season. You know, you do go into the waters of the subconscious during Cancer season. There's a lot of licking the wounds, nostalgia, lots of memories, maybe bringing up lots of emotions, and you know, wanting to move forward, wanting to be inspired, wanting to try something new, and also being pulled into the undertow, into the current of the ocean, into our deep emotions, and just needing to process a lot. So that could be the challenge, just needing to process. But I also feel that traveling and getting out will help facilitate and support that process. Even though that sounds kind of like a backwards way to do it, like the hermit energy would be more supportive, but not necessarily and not always. There's no one way to process. Sometimes we just need to people watch, and see there's other things going on, and just to open our hearts again in new ways. So that's the only challenge I see, is like just needing, wanting to get in touch with something deeper within, and also at the same time wanting to try new things. So I just feel like a little bit of tug of war there. Okay, so with this being the case, Spirit, what is the guidance? What is the guidance? The Lovers in reverse. What is the guidance? Page of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That is so many reversals. Okay, we are getting a lot of reversals. I do feel like it means time. It's an introspective time. I don't just think of it of reversals as blocked energy. It also feels like, it's time to go in. So we did get the Queen of Pentacles upright, and this Queen of Pentacles is really Empress energy. She's always, there's so much symbology of fertility and creativity around the Queen of Pentacles. She's the Taurus energy. She's very grounded, very abundant. There's always a plentiful garden or harvest around her. In this one, there's a rainbow in the background. She has plenty of resources at her fingertips that support her, and she has found a way to sustain a very beautiful and abundant life. So with this being upright at the bottom of the deck, the bottom of the deck energy underlying this reading with 3 reversals, it feels like she really just needs to source her energy and whatever, her resources from within. So for instance, not, the Lovers in reverse, just pulling the energy back in, away from, maybe there was a partnership, whether it was business or very much an intimate relationship, needing to pull her energy back in, away from that, his or her energy, and really learning to be sovereign and independent in a healthy, loving way. So doing a lot of nurturing, especially with Cancer season. It is a time to self-nurture, do a lot of self-care. What would bring your heart joy at this time? What do you need to do for you? How do you need to heal? What do you need to do for that? And to not entertain right now, Page of Pentacles in reverse, to not entertain how to move forward just yet. And I know that can be hard when you feel like all of a sudden you're in a new territory. You just want to really quickly set up a secure situation. And Spirit's kind of like, well, just go within, because I feel like there's a lot of wisdom that can be had, and of course healing that can be had when we do withdraw, go within, and just allow ourselves to be. Not ask anything for ourselves. Take the stress off, take the load off. And, I feel like there's a lot of contemplation of letting go of expectations and what could have been with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So whatever it is that didn't work out, before you very quickly try to fill the void and replace that thing with something else, Spirit is asking you to slow down. Use this beautiful Cancer season to lick your wounds, to just be, to just breathe, maybe even have a little fun, and to try not to think about money right now, but really almost to depend on your inner sources, your resources you already have around you to support you. That could be friends, family. Look at what you already have. So there's this feeling of gratitude that can allow your heart to feel more open at this time, especially when the energy can feel more heavy. And with movement, if you don't find yourself traveling this summer, just making sure you get outside and spend time with nature and move, exercise, walk in the way your body's being called to. It's not really about climbing the corporate ladder right now, or investing a whole lot with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like it's more like just enjoying the moment, really just getting present is what it feels like. And I think it's because the moon is really going to be pulling a lot of us inward this Cancer season. And the Gemini New Moon could be revealing exactly where we're going to be using our energy for the next month or so, especially with Venus retrograde. I think I was saying this in a previous video. I think for a summertime energy, it was with Jason Donaldson, healer, on the Galactic Shamans Live Tarot and Energy Readings show. That was last week, by the way, the one I'm thinking of, but instead of it feeling like a normal summer for those of us in the northern hemisphere, a normal summer, very energetic, lively, happy, a lot of movement, a lot of expression, and it will have those qualities, but it's going to be deep and introspective with Venus in retrograde, and we're just not going to be able to wiggle out of that very quickly, or easily, or I don't even think we're going to want to. With the moon showing up, I think there's just going to be this magnetism where we're really drawn toward our subconscious, and we're like, wow, these dreams are so rich. I just want to journal, or there's so many synchronicities around me and inspiration around me. I'm just wanting to like integrate it all. Like I'm just wanting to find the patterns and the themes and feel, what is all this trying to show me? So I just feel like it's one of those summers that feels, it is very watery. It's definitely very watery. It's imaginative. So I think we could use that to our advantage, allowing the third eye to open. We got openness. And again, we did get a lot of nines, by the way. 3 nines, which is sovereign energy, focusing on the self-prosperity. And of course, we got the Queen of Pentacles. So this really is about the self. Like, what can you do for you? And being okay with doing for you, which feels hard for some people, like serving the self, like can feel selfish. So really being okay with self-nurturing and self-love during this time, and being okay with carving out some time for yourself and making sure your life is in balance is really important. In balance, not imbalanced. But what was I saying? Yeah, so I think that we can allow our imaginations to support us during this time by allowing our third eyes to open. Not all the time, not when you're grocery shopping, but when you've got those down times where you're being creative. So yeah, allow yourself to be creative. Music, art, dance, whatever it is, and bring through, channel some beautiful energies from the universe right now. I think some new energies are wanting to come through and come down and really ground themselves at this time on the earth plane, so that we can start to create that new earth everyone's been talking about, the one we've been thinking about. How would we like new earth to look? This very creative, very abundantly creative time can really lend itself toward our future of the new earth. So not only can we use this time to heal our wounds and move through memories or parallel lives or past lives, it's also a wonderful time to think of where we want to go next and how we want one piece of our story to connect to another piece, to our present life, and then to the piece following. So there's definitely this thread of continuation that is presenting itself, and it almost feels like holding onto the string of a balloon and really allowing that balloon to carry you through, almost like this storybook. It's very picturesque. You're all of a sudden you're reading a story. It's laid out in front of you, and you grab hold of this string that's connected to a balloon, And then all of a sudden you shrink to a miniature size, and all of a sudden you're in the story and you're moving through this mountainous landscape with rivers and, fields and flowers, and all of a sudden then you're over the ocean, and then you're in the stars, or whatever it might be. But it's really allowing, like I said, with Gemini, to tell the story. So allow your imagination to move through you, and really be with your imagination. Like when this is happening, be present with it so you can really receive the deeper messages that are present within. I know my dreams definitely have been super interesting, and sometimes they don't even connect. Not that I can feel right away, but then as I digest them, it starts to come to the surface what it's all about. But very rich, very colorful too. So definitely like a highly imaginative time with Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune is about to go retrograde into Pisces, in Pisces. So pulling us back into that highly imaginative crown chakra energy, up here, just getting dreamy, feeling downloads, feeling upgrades. It's all that kind of fun stuff that we get to play with and create with, and like just see what you can come up with, and it just really feels like good energy. Can be heavy at times, but feels really supportive in different kinds of ways. So really supporting your multi-dimensional self, your creative self, by being open to new perspectives and the ways that they're coming into your field of awareness. So I don't know, it feels pretty cool to me, just feeling all that and seeing all that. Okay. So definitely deep reading today, as it has been recently. I think the Sagittarius full moon, which was our last full moon, was also really deep. I think it was like apologetically deep, or I was like, I'm sorry, this is so abstract. But anyway, I brought out the Witch's Wisdom deck. This is something I usually only crack out for Halloween, but yeah, it kind of feels like we're walking hand in hand with spirit right now. So it feels like a important, a good time to break out this deck. Okay, Mabon, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if it's not. We've got balance. Let me hold it up closer so you can see. So inner balance, I like how there's a picture there of kind of twinkle lights, starlights on one side and an abundant forest on the other. We've got the raven on one side, so that raven can often be symbolic of messages from spirit or loved ones. Messages that come from the other side. Oh, look at this. More water, cleansing. Beautiful image. Purification. So definitely taking some time to be near water or go in it and cleanse yourself, especially salt water if you can. And one more. Working in threes today, Spirit. Herbal Kitchen, the Alchemist. So working, I know definitely a lot of people in my life are switching up their diets. It's summertime, the temperature is different. Your body may or may not need lighter foods, more nutritious foods. So definitely just checking in with what you eat, what you don't eat, and your vitamins, your herbs, all that kind of stuff. So I do think there's definitely a lot of attention on our daily routines too, where we're just like, how do I take care of my body? Do I take care of my body? And what do I need to do to kind of up the level there on that? Finding the balance in life to take time to make sure I'm eating right, exercising, sleeping well. And it seems like a beautiful time to do this kind of thing. Like I said, it's time for this self-care. It's time for this nurturing. And, Gemini New Moon is going to bring in this epiphany or this light or this new beginning that really allows us to move forward. And then we move into this beautiful time of nourishment and self-love. So I feel like if you're wondering what this Gemini New Moon might bring for you, it could be closure. It could be a door opening to a new you, a new opportunity, a new path. It could be just the last straw, where you've had enough. And that was all you needed to see. And now you're ready for some time to just focus on you. So, all right. I do not think I used this deck yet. We got another magical deck here. Let's see what Let me see if I have this. Yes, Pure Magic Oracle by Andre and Gracia. Pure I like this one a lot too. So I definitely have some witchy oracles out, and I did use my Wizard tarot deck. So there's definitely some of this Halloween magic in the air right now. Got some magic happening with Treasure Island as well. Number 13, Mugwort Dreams, Rhythm, Higher Self, Reality, and Rest. So coming into the realization that something is what it is, coming out of denial. So more about higher self, more about rest, and balance and rhythm go together in my perspective. Definitely balance, rhythm, finding a beat for yourself to follow and fall into and rest into, be supported by. Facing the reality of something. You know, what is the reality of this situation? Even if it's not what you want it to be. And just allowing yourself to accept it or move on. We have a 1. So that was a 13. Now we have a 1. Ancestors. Ancestors have been coming up a lot. Family, survival, death, and worship. So there's something here about, remember when I was talking about the cycles of life and death? Really being in that and knowing that was energetic movement, I believe, in time to go. Really just, this is life. Honoring movement as much as we honor, honoring rebirth as much as we honor death, as much as we honor those still moments and those moments that there's more action. So I also feel like too, asking for support from ancestors. And then there's this energy with, of course, with ancestors and nostalgia with the Cancer energy. So this is about family lineage and healing family lines, and it's all that kind of stuff too. You can, wonderful time to do past life regressions for sure. Okay, so let's see. One more. Ooh, we got another 8. We've got 3 8s so far, I believe. Okay, so 2 4s, at least 3 9s, if not 4. We have a couple 5s. This one was hidden familiars, allies, natural assistance, divine support and comfort, spirit animals, your galactic spirit guides, your angels, and then of course we had the raven here. Spirit is here and is always here, but sometimes the veil is more thin and it's easier to hear spirit. It's easier to access and for it to feel really tangible, for spirit to feel really tangible to us. And for us really to feel the energy of our loved ones around us. It's easier sometimes than others. And this is definitely one of those times where we can call on our spirit guides, our animal guides, our ancestors for support, where we, if we are clearing a family line, ask the ancestors for help. This is their karma too, right? Definitely ask for guidance and healing for the whole family and ask for their assistance in it. They want to help. They're grateful you're doing this work. We're never alone. I think that's the one thing I've learned through all this work I've done in the subtle realms and the astral realms, and with my own psychic development. It's just really trusting that spirit is always with you, and that you are literally, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it, connected to everything and everyone. And if you are truly connected and one with everything, then nothing is hidden from you, and anything that you need to access will be revealed to you, if it is for your highest good. So definitely asking for help and trusting you will get the answers you need, trusting you will be supported. Definitely a time of communication, like I said, with Gemini energy. So yeah, communicate with your loved ones who've passed, your spirit guides, your animal spirits, all of that, your animals that are living. Talk to them. Communicate with your inner self, your inner child, your higher self, all of it. And journal. Write it down or talk it into your phone or record it. But definitely a good time for conversations. Okay, so I know I'm giving you guys a lot today. You know what? I better start to do guidance cards. Let me just pull one more oracle deck. And okay, Spirit, what do we need to know at this time before we do the guidance cards and then the pick-a-piles? Time for wonders. We did get that recently as well. Really just allowing the magic. The magic is, you know, that really surprising but very creative, synchronistic sort of energy. New beginnings. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. And gateway. We got this recently too. If you're ever in need of some light language, which is higher frequential communication through our higher selves, for healing, for activation, all kinds of goodies. I do light language on Instagram, so you can go to Light Language Tarot. And I just pulled this one, and I did some light language to it. And, excuse me, while you're listening to the light language, just notice what you're feeling, what you're sensing, seeing, hearing. Where do you feel the light language moving in your body? Really bring yourself to soft but present awareness with it as you're hearing it, you know, as you're feeling it. And it's really magical. It's really healing and can be very activating and supportive with whatever it is that you might be going through. I wish there was a way actually that I could categorize those cards better so that if you're needing, for instance, energy for a new beginning, you'd be able to go right to it, find it and go right to it. That sounds like something I'd have to really figure out. So I'm not sure how to pull that off, but just being open to these new beginnings at this time. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. There's magic here. There's all kinds of really beautiful blessings present around us, incoming. Yeah, it's just like set yourself free. You know, the Eight of Swords in reverse. Allow yourself to go through that gateway, that portal to your new life. Feels like very prevalent right now. Okay, so wow, that was amazing. Let us pull just a few guidance cards, and then we'll do the pick-a-piles. Okay. Number 13 again, we did get this. Precognition, psychic ability, and future vision. Definitely right now. Third eye I was talking about a lot. Imagination. Allow those visions to come through and write them down, even if you don't think they're visions. Number 17, another 8, sacred action, decisive focus. Really choosing to step forward, powerful moves. And number 47, which is an 11, river of blessings, releasing constraints. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, very powerful. Amazing cards today, everybody. Okay, let's get one of these empath support cards. Going crooked on my swivel chair. Okay, Spirit, what do we need? Just get one of these. These are quite big. Stop trying to fix people. It is not your job to fix anyone. Allow people the dignity of their own paths. Woo! Yeah. That's a biggie. Oh my goodness. That's a real letting go piece, isn't it? Okay. Allow people to go if they want to go, huh? I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. Wow, let's read that again. I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith, that's that trust, are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. Yeah. Wow. This is really manifesting the dream right now. Real physical, tangible, you know, I'm holding my dream, I'm walking the walk, I'm talking the talk, I'm doing the thing, I'm in it. It's just this kind of stuff. Really grounding the dream. Okay, so let's do the pick-a-pile. And I am going to, oh, I could, I can't because it's loaded with decks. I'm going to, I was going to put a black placemat here as I've done before, but we're going to go with it, okay, because I can't retrieve it. Okay, so pile 1. You ready? And I'll move my hands for a second so you can take a picture. Ooh, look at this. Blood. I'm going to lay them out first, okay, before I talk about them. I'm feeling circulation, heart health here. Past life integration. Wow, serious initiation. Look, and there's some light language for you written. What do you need to ask yourself right now? Am I ready to be seen? So you've got the bald eagle, which says soar. And then your guidance is Serapis Bay, which is ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Wow. Okay, I'm going to move my hands. Meanwhile, I'm going to get blood retrieved from the book. We are going to read about it. Okay. I'm like, really? Is that what it's called? It is called that. Sorry, just not seeing it. Give me a sec. Is it called something else? I got it. Sorry, guys. Okay, guys and gals. Okay, 161. The pulse, physicality, the body. And I was saying circulation, of course, with blood, you would. Have no fear of the blood card. It indicates a remembrance of the vital, mammalian nature of our existence. Drop by drop, this sacred elixir reminds us that we are alive, not merely thinking beings, but being beings. When blood is the prima materia in the laboratory, the alchemist uses the physical body as the starting point, building a relationship to the container that houses the spirit. Through the limbs, the organs, the cells, we witness the miracle of life, one heartbeat at a time. Eventually, the alchemist naturally partakes in practices that support and nourish blood's life-giving nature. We learn to honor and protect it. In alchemy, red is the color of vitality and radiance. With this card, you've dropped into the vital realm. Sing the body's praises. I'm just integrating this card with what is here. Take note of how much red is within the reading. This indicates the vigor present in the querent's world. If the palette is dull, it's likely the spirit needs support. So this could be like needing that courage, that strong blood, the courage to be seen with this card next to it. So the courage to take off and soar and to do that thing you've been wanting to do. So if there's a past life integration of some lesson, some wound that needs to happen to help you feel supported and strong enough to make this leap, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. And Serapis Bay does say, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. So it feels like the energy's pumping, the blood is pumping. You're in that the energy of life. You're in that vitality, as she said, and it's go time. So it feels like that, like you have the strength, and all you have to do is move, and like energetic movement. So yeah, okay. I hope you guys like that. Let me know. Okay, so pile 2. So I'm gonna put the guidance card at the top there. Okay, pile 2. Mercury. Okay, Mercury just moved into Gemini. Interesting to get that. Universal connection. Pleiades expanding. There's your light language. What do you need to ask yourself? What enchants me? And you've got the wild bergamot, which is delight. And the guidance is Gaia, earth connection. And that's interesting because you got universal connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to earth and stay grounded. So it feels like maybe with Mercury, you've gotten caught up in the head a little bit. Moving into what enchants me. What delights you? Like what excites you? What makes you feel like in your body? So I'm sensing with just feeling because I think if we get into our heads or stuck in the mind, we really create separation within our own beings and our lives and the people around us a lot. So I'm just getting this energy that you guys need to get embodied and get back to earth, get really grounded in yourself, and start to feel your universal connection, your connection with earth, your connection with other people. Yeah, I'm feeling like, yeah, just getting embodied would be really good for you guys. But let's see what she says with Mercury. Okay. Let's see. 87. Signals, messages, and tricks. In the realm of Mercury, anything is possible. The energy is transfixing and seductive. Just like the metal itself, since this planet rules commerce and communications, it's likely there are deals, contracts, and calls being exchanged that will spin into a whirl of mercurial wonder. Don't rush big decisions or get caught in the mesmerizing energy. Rather, pay particular attention to the precise words that are being spoken and written. There may be a trick underway, maybe not. No one is sure yet. It is said that the energy of Mercury is found in the pinky finger, and that its ally color is green. Enjoy your time in this emerald hall of mirrors. Just don't sign your name on the dotted line until what is liquid becomes solid, until clear words are expressed by an honest tongue. Okay, interesting. It says, look up the statue Mercury and Psyche by Reynold Begas in 1857. Okay, Mercury reigns over all forms of communication. It is a particularly potent time for writing, learning, teaching. A pen is an excellent channel of Mercury's power. Definitely with Mercury and Gemini, all of this is true. So that is really cool. You may even be interested in channeling a book, channeling your writings. So being able to connect using your universal connection through all that 12th house crown chakra energy that's present right now, and really channeling some powerful poems or writings, or even a book, getting started on a book. So, or maybe you are already. So, but stay grounded, because it feels like you do have that opportunity to channel, and it can be very energetic and very distracting and kind of lift you off the ground, so to speak. So just stay in your body and making sure that you are doing what you need to do, using your spiritual tools to keep your energy safe. Okay, so let's put your guidance at the top. Interesting piles, everyone, definitely. Okay, pile 3. Against nature, contra naturam. Interesting. Your light language is earth connection. Wow, we're getting a lot of that. Is serious initiation. This is about creating home on earth, or feeling at home in your body. What eternal knowing can I access in human form? Yep, remember, I feel like that has direct connection with this earth connection card. Remember, what internal knowing can I access in human form? Eternal knowing, not internal, eternal. Your guidance is Freya, phases and cycles. I was saying that. There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released, and I do feel like this moon is going to do that. Illusions are revealed and released. So let's see what Against Nature says. Against Nature, where are we? Here we go. It's pouring rain here right now. Okay. So willfulness to force or control. Interesting. On some level, we all know when we are going against nature. We recognize it in feelings of impatience and agitation that arise when trying to force certain outcomes. The Contra Naturam card arrives to remind the alchemists they cannot control the uncontrollable. Nature has its way, enveloping us in a wild narrative that we can elaborate in but not dictate. Remember I was saying let Gemini tell the story? No matter our efforts to manage every aspect of our lives, the mess ensues. Spring is soggy. The lotus requires mud. People do what they do. This card heeds a warning not to fight the flow of Mother Nature or of destiny. Once we loosen the grip of what we think life should look like, a whole new realm of possibility awakens. Now is the time to be radically open to what nature has in store for you. See, this is being open. This is that openness card here. Once we loosen the grip of what we think life should look like, a whole new realm of possibilities awakens. Now is the time to be radically open to what nature has in store for you. Think of this card as trying to force a square peg into a round hole. There's likely a solution waiting for you to see it. Shake things up, dance, tell a joke, or take a break. So yeah, I think for you, there's some revealing of an illusion, or, especially with her saying illusions are revealed and released with this new moon. Something, just that aha moment for you, like, why isn't this working? Or why am I suffering? Or I need a new way to do this. That really showing up, and the illusion, cracking and seeing what really needs to be done. So, and I think what eternal knowing can I access in human form is really about using those extra senses, like our intuitions and our clairs, and that depth of knowing, how we can just know something without knowing how or why we know, and really relying and trusting on that internal knowing to guide us, instead of feeling like it's going to come from our head or our ability to control an outcome through our ego. So yeah, that's an interesting one. What is this earth connection about? Oh, going with the flow for sure, not moving against nature, not forcing. That's what I feel there. Yeah. And the phases and cycles with earth connection. Wow. Definitely. Yeah, I think just, like even sitting out and watching nature can really help at this time, It's so random, like unpredictable and seemingly perfect. So that might be helpful. Okay, so we'll finish with a love oracle card by Alana Fairchild. And this will be for everyone. So please let me know. Please, by the way, and it'll help this video get around, which would be wonderful, so that it can help more people. And, oops. There we go, Freya. Please subscribe if you haven't. We got more videos to come. And if you have not started following me on Instagram, I do post quite a bit there. And that's Let's Evolve Together Tarot on Instagram. And that light language again was Light Language Tarot on Instagram. Okay, so let's pull one final card from Journey of Love for everyone for this Gemini New Moon. And thank you, Spirit, Angels, and Guidance for such a beautiful reading today. Fun reading. Really, really fun. Magical reading. Okay, let me clear this deck. Okay, Spirit. What is our final card for this Gemini New Moon? What do our hearts need to hear right now? We got a lot of big energies moving through this reading. Oh, of course. Acceptance, number 55. Wow. Let's just look closely at the card. It's so beautiful. I like that double 5-5. Getting a lot of fives, a lot of nines, a lot of eights. Okay, here we go. You have offered yourself. Asked to be of service to the greater good. Created something that you want to contribute towards the healing of our world, and your offer has been gratefully accepted by the divine. Know this and be at peace. This oracle brings you a message. You are completely received, accepted by the divine just as you are. There is nothing to change, just you to be. You have made an offering of a prayer, a sacrifice, and of an attachment, and a giving of a desire to be of service, to make a contribution to the world. And your offer is joyfully being transformed into the seeds of how this can best be. Your next step is about to begin. Okay, so there's a little poem here. Shall we find some sunshine amongst the cloudy days? A gentle touch that softly warms and leads us on our way? Past stately oaks and candles glow and places we've never been. A friend to share the memories before it's home again. Wow, that was perfect for right now, for many different reasons. Wow, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Happy Gemini New Moon. I'd love to hear in the comments how this reading resonated with you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. See you soon.